Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering this week and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Westwood, and I'm here today with senior editor David Mark. And David, polls are showing that in Georgia, which is a state that Biden just barely won in 2020, Biden's approval rating is really low, but the Democratic incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock is polling pretty far ahead of his Republican opponent. What's going on there?
Yeah, this was a really strange poll from Quinnipiac, which is a reliable pollster. It showed Biden with a 33% approval rating, 60% disapproving, so almost down 2-1 at that point. But it does show the Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock up over his Republican rival Herschel Walker by 10 points, which even some Democrats who I've talked to don't believe it's quite that high. But the fact that he's even up at all while the president is so far down suggests Herschel Walker has a lot of issues and challenges going into the fall.
Going into the fall, Democrats are putting a lot of their hope in the January 6th committee, producing something that really damages Republicans. They had a big hearing this week where they trotted out what they described as a star witness. Yeah. She gave some testimony that was based on, a secondhand anecdote, and witnesses who were present for the events in question have since, disputed her account. Do you think that this will do any lasting damage to the credibility of the investigation?
It's hard to say because it seems like people are pretty dug in on the investigation. If you think that Donald Trump basically committed sedition and his minions and supporters did too, this is going to make you even more fervent in that belief. If you think Donald Trump is not culpable or guilty of something on January 6th, probably makes it a little more hard to explain, but you can always find reasons not to. You can pick holes individually at her story about how former President Trump might have allegedly grabbed the steering wheel of a presidential vehicle, or the story about ketchup being thrown against the wall, something of that nature. I doubt it changes a whole lot of minds overall, though.
Do you think there will be any lasting political consequences for Trump or any of his allies from what we're learning in these hearings?
I think if there's any winners from this, it might actually be his prospective Republican rivals for 2024, in that it just drives down approvals for him a bit more. People might say, yeah, I like his policies, but we just don't need all the controversy, all the games that go with it. Why don't we just find somebody like Ron DeSantis or Mike Pompeo, Mike Pence? You could add 10 other names to that list who will implement many of the same policies but not have that same bad behavior.
Well, David, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You can get more reporting from David and the rest of the political team at washingtonexaminer.com.